Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Terp Talk Tuesday today. We're not going to be talking about a specific terpene tonight. We're going to be asking you guys, why do you like cannabis? What terpenes you like? What strains do you like?
And I'm Groovee.
Oh, yeah, shit.
No, I'm just kidding. That's so funny. You ran right into it. I was like,
Oh, man, my bad, man.
no, it's funny.
And I'm Groovy over here.
Welcome to my Cannacast, another Terp Talk Tuesday. Thanks for joining us. Tonight, like Cannadave was jumping into, we're kind of just talking terps. Less about a specific terpene. I guess
Yeah.
we're not.
We're not getting into like one specific one. We're going to be talking about the
Kinda hear from
secondary,
you,
the
and what do you think
tertiary
of
terpenes.
You got any questions? Do you any terpene facts you want to share with us? Do terpenes not that big of a deal to you? Are they a huge deal? Like, because to me, terpenes are like, I don't want to say the only thing that matters, but they highly outweigh everything else. So I'm all about that flavor. What up, Derek? What up, Nick?
Yeah, what's going on, everyone? Thank you for tuning in.
Let me get that pulled up. Your comments.
First, let's ask everyone. Yeah, I jumped the gun. I got one right into that girl.
He was like, and we're going into the Terp Talk Tuesday. This is Cannadave.
Well, like before this, I had like a laugh attack.
Oh, dude, he couldn't stop laughing for like a minute and a half. Like, it was about nothing too. And I just looked at him. He just kept giggling. I'm like, dang, dude. Like, I'm not even sure what to say to you right now.
Yeah, so my bad, Groovy.
It's funny though. It's all good, man. It's all good.
I didn't even
Let me grab
realize.
my rig.
Yeah, get your rig. I know you want to take a dab. I'm about to roll up some runs right now. Let us know what you're smoking on, dabbing on. While we're getting ready to talk about what brings you, like, why do you like cannabis? Does it help with certain ailments? Do you just love the plant? Do you love the different strains? Like, what drew you to cannabis? And secondary to that, what type of terpenes do you like? Because I'm curious, because there's many reasons why I love cannabis, from different strains to different flavors to actually falling in love and growing the plant, and then also what it does for like my anxiety and my I wouldn't say severe, but my stomach problems I've had forever.
Cheers, Adam.
So
What up, Medical Mondays?
but
What's up, fam? I was peeping on your live thing you was just doing on Instagram there for a little bit.
yeah, I saw that too. We tuned in.
That's funny.
Well, yeah, dude, I went right
So
through it,
dirty.
man. I couldn't even believe it. I went right through it. I was like, what?
What's up, Danny? How's it going, fam?
It was
Doing gorilla breath. So I would say, again, like, and Berg mentioned this, and honestly, like, it's something that I've been noticing more. I do like those crossing of terpenes. Sometimes where it's not just like Mac with Mrs. Mac. I'm liking some of these, like, Grape Ape crossed with Gorilla Glue. A little bit of skunk, a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of crossing the terpenes, because then you end up getting these unique terpenes. Like we were looking up earlier, GMO has so many terpenes in it.
Yeah, it's
like
ridiculous.
so many terpenes to make up GMO. And granted, limonene and carfulene and myrcene was number one. So there was, I'm just saying the top three. I wasn't saying specific. So there's like definitely was top three, top five. But at the end of the day, like, there were so many. Like, so the narrow. Remember when it was like, what's that GMO taste? It's not specific. Oh, what up, IG? Just saw a couple people join. What up, fam? If you ever want to join on Twitch or Facebook or YouTube or whatever, you can see the full setup, and it doesn't look like Dave's just heads floating in the corner.
You get the
Just
full
like,
production.
You
You get everything.
Dave's head and apparently all of my room. Why don't you just put yourself in it all, Dave? Dave, you never. You guys don't see this, but he always just like, it's like Dave's like. Right now on Instagram, this is what Cannadave looks like, and I'm Cannadave. So
This guy.
it's ridiculous.
Jeez, man.
Anyways.
I'll fix it, but god damn.
Oh man.
Shit.
Whatever, dude. It's funny though. That's what you look like. That's what you look like right now. That's what people think. That's what they see.
I mean, I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, and see, look, Adam even said it's such an odd flavor, and it really is. And they described it as like a pining with like skunkiness with the pining with like cushy notes with like garlic notes or with garlic flavoring. And it's like, to me, that garlic, pine, skunkiness, that's all I taste or all I smell.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you get some of the most beautiful crosses when you're bringing these strains that don't necessarily have similar ones, you know.
Right.
It's cool. I definitely dig it. I mean, what any terpene y'all into? Any genetics lately that you're curious about terpenes on them? Because I mean, I'd love to look them up and talk to them. Because as we get farther and farther away from the land race strains, land race strains. As farther we get away from those, you know, the more dense the terpene profile becomes. You know, just because of genetics. But then this is the one thing I wanted to talk about, and I forgot to mention it in the little chat or whatever. Text was then it comes down to phenos. You know what I mean? Because look at brothers and sisters or plant phenos. I mean, if you're not a grower, phenos essentially in the genetic tree are just like family members, right? So they have the same genetic makeup, but different levels of different things that make them what they are. And phenos have a huge effect. You know, just you alone, I've seen you grow multiple, just, you know, people's grown different strains, 1, 2, 3, and then like that's why Gorilla Glue number 4 is number 4. You know, it's like
Gelato 33.
And so like it's interesting because then you can have a different terpene profile experience on different phenotypes. You know, even though technically they're the same, but you're talking about genetics, you know. So
because one might be having more of the mother trait, one might be having more of the father, the gene pool.
Right, right, and then you know where the genetics come from.
Mm-hmm.
Are they solid genetics, or are they gonna, you know, Hermie?
I love Derek's comment here on the why cannabis. I believe so. As a war vet, that they're given a ton of pills to think bud is changing my life for the better. Mentally and physically, I feel so much better. See, that's great because I mean, Derek, if you're still here, I mean, I don't know how many if they had you on the pharmaceuticals before, like you're saying, but like many of them, cannabis can take away multiple pharmaceuticals.
I think that's the big fear of pharmaceutical companies is that one thing can be used for so many purposes where they can capitalize on so many gains when there's many different pills that can make up your plan. Right, so like that. I mean, that is the big fear of big pharmaceutical is how useful this plant is. You know what I mean? Otherwise, there wouldn't be Marinol while marijuana is illegal. Like that would they're showing that it works.
In cannabis,
they had you on everything, man. That's crazy. And that's such a shame because you're not the first person I've heard say that when it comes to pills. And, like, I mean, unfortunately, that's what leads down the road to, you know, like us losing one of our best friends is this opiate addiction shit. You know, people get overprescribed these pills for one thing, and then all of a sudden you have all these other addictions. You know, they have you taking how many different pills that's going to cause another ailment because you're mixing all these different pills. Like cannabis is a one-and-all solution for, you know, maybe not just smoking a joint. You know, maybe it's RSO. You know, maybe it's an edible. You know, but there are tons of uses. So I'm glad to hear that's working out for you, man.
You think about too with the pharmaceuticals though too, like anytime you see those commercials on TV, they're always like, "Oh, you take this pill, and then you might have possible side effects of diarrhea, severe stomach problems, possible death,
erectile dysfunction."
Yeah, like all this stuff.
You won't be able to see out of your left eye.
From curing one thing, you're giving yourself possibility to get like 10 other things. I mean, with cannabis, like Groovee said, like even if you're not smoking it, you can be vaping it. You can be using a volcano vaporizer. You could be eating edibles. And all these are going to have not bad effects on the body long term, like a pharmaceutical pill will too. And you can find the same amount of relief from smoking. You just have to be able to try and have access, to it. I think that's the main thing. When you don't have access to cannabis, or you're not even in the medical or adult use market, or maybe you're just medical and you can't get the med card, and you're not getting access to all these different options of cannabis, that's where it gets difficult to help cure your different ailments and try everything around cannabis. I mean, Groovee, I think me and you have been spoiled here in Michigan. And I say that because me and you, we both had our med card since 2009, 2010.
Yeah, well, back then it was ridiculous. You had to protect yourself. You know, you have to protect yourself.
Right, but even there, we've gone into dispos where there's like 30, 40 different strains, flavors. Like we've tried flavors, we've tried different edibles back before they had THC caps. Like there was 200, 300 milligrams being sold in shelves, 400 milligrams. you were seeing a lot of on the market. Now you see it, but you don't see it as much. I think right now, adult use is capped at 100 and medical is like 200 or something, I think, or 150 medical, something like that for milligrams.
No, you can still get 200 milligrams out there.
On the adult use market in Michigan?
I guess that's true. I don't know.
I thought they had them capped. I thought that was the whole point of having medical cards. You get stronger edibles as well, too. They're stronger milligram doses. I wasn't mistaken. I could be wrong, though. But
yeah, and honestly, that's exactly it. Medical Mondays, they just said, like, that take you out, you have to take other drugs to get you off the drugs to help you with drugs. And it's like, that's the whole Suboxone thing when everyone gets in that. It's like all these drugs to help other drugs, and it's like, cannabis doesn't cause these physical addictions. People can sit there and pretend like cannabis is, it's this, it's that, but it doesn't have physical addictions. No. Maybe mentally you want to go get, smoke, but like that's it. Like there's no physical addictions like all these other pills. So.
No, that's one reason why I love cannabis, man. It's like, I think you just said it. It's like a one stop. It can do a lot for the one plant that it is, and just to see that, and people still think that it's like dope or heroin or it's the devil's lettuce. Just all the propaganda against cannabis throughout the years is just so disheartening that you've changed generations' minds to believe that cannabis is this evil, horrible plant that has no medicinal value. It has no medicinal value. Cocaine has more medicinal value than heroin, according to was it the scheduled drugs? Because isn't cocaine scheduled 2? Right? Yeah, and marijuana is scheduled 1, which blows my mind. There's no medicinal value.
It's probably a money move. It's probably a money move. Money motivates a lot, man.
Like it is. Come on, it is just crazy. What's going on, John? Thanks for sharing.
So they said they had they had my grandson on all kinds of meds because he had epilepsy, and 80% of those drugs weren't even epilepsy. Yeah, because it's probably like the epilepsy drugs were so strong that they had to medicate him for other things and help. And that's just awful, especially when you say you're a godson, because that you're talking under 10 or at least a younger person. So to me, it's like sickening because you're getting these kids hooked so young, and then you want to blame weed as the problem.
Yeah,
you're jacking these kids full of Ritalin. Like, I'm so thankful my mom said no to Ritalin because they wanted me on Ritalin with how much I talked and how hyper I was. I mean, y'all know.
I can see that.
Someone in the comments was like, take some Ritalin. No, you know what? And there's other things for it. You know what I mean? And epilepsy is one of those things that RSO is like, they do studies on RSO helping that. So
RSO does wonders. And it's so expensive to find in like shops without it being pretty expensive. I think, don't want to bring it up, I think a lot of caregivers can do RSO. I personally don't, but you've heard about it that they make a lot of RSO and are able to distribute it at a lot of cheaper cost compared to some of these other shops. And it's not, RSO is huge. I mean,
well, that's one of those things that doesn't need to be marked up, in my
term,
opinion.
Rick Simpson.
RSO, I mean, I understand a little bit to, like, if people need to make their money, like, you got to charge. But that's one of those things where it's like you don't need to make profit on, There's enough people out there that just want to go smoke a pre-roll, right? You know how much profits there on pre-rolls and stuff? Like,
yeah.
Come on.
A lot of pre-rolls are garbage.
I just don't think RSO needs to be upcharged. It's one of those things, like, terpenes and flavor, like that all has to do with loving the weed and like, what we're smoking on right now, what we're dabbing on. Like, yeah, okay, that's fun, and don't get me wrong, that's great. But the things that are out here like saving lives, that should just be the minimum it can.
Well, you would think, but
you'd hope, right?
You would hope, but it's just a world we live in. It's a crazy world we live in,
And that's why we're so happy, like. Especially if we sitting here talking about terpenes, because remember, think about this. A decade ago, we didn't know shit about terpenes.
Yeah.
We didn't know a damn thing, and everyone here loved it. Everyone still loves cannabis. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I was smoking all the Reggies all day, loving it. The light green, the dark. Oh, it was all so good.
It's funny because you say I loved it, but now you would be like,
nah, I love it.
You'd be like, my tongue tastes like peppers. It burns.
No, yeah, that's what we started with.
But that's
then became Dro, and then it was Kush, and then it was like the stages that that we were going through. And it was like Cali Bud, and you're like, what? That Cali Bud was good.
And now Michigan's like competing.
And now Michigan's, I say Michigan's right there with them. Michigan's got great quality.
Let us know what you're smoking on, dabbing on. We always love talking about new genetics, especially if we can bring it up for the terpene now, because that's why we talked about GMO for a bit. Obviously a lot of those pinene, limonene, myrcene strains are those popular ones, those old school ones. Like a lot of people know these, but now all these linolules and these really small ones, you know, Barinol or however you say it right now, I'm blanking, but all these ones that are very specific. It's wild. That's why I like these new strains, because you can bring these like these diverse terpene profiles, kind of like how it is in food, to make up other flavors, you know? Super cool.
Well, you just got to hope, and then when they hit, it's very flavorful. Like, it could be bad, but when they hit, though, it's really, really good stuff. And Nick, I'm going back to your comment on the edibles. I could be wrong, but I swear I thought the medical market here in Michigan was able to have higher milligrams.
I know 200 milligrams, which
in the packaging, because I thought only 100 was in the adult use 21 and up. I thought some companies could do 200. Could be wrong. I'll have to double check
right
that on you.
I'm a little confused because, I mean, like, really, you know what's silly to me is then if you're on the rec side, just buy 2 of the 100 milligram.
Yeah, but then you got to pay double.
Yeah, but I mean, you're paying $20 usually for 200 milligrams or whatever anyway. So to me, there's no difference. You're just paying a little bit more in tax. Okay.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
But I'm just saying you can still get the product. It seems like a silly thing to restrict. Like all these restrictions on cannabis, like a lot of them only make sense if you're looking at it from like a political government legality way, you know, and they don't really make sense. They're just trying to regulate it somehow to, you know. Because, you know, if this was just like, you know, because imagine if cannabis was looked at how it should be, like, you know, growing tomatoes or growing your own shit, right? You know? But they want to focus on the bad apples.
They're always going to focus on the bad stuff with cannabis.
But that's what creates bias and confusion and misinformation, and it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Dang, see...
Oh, what's up, Josh? How's it going, fam?
Another reason why cannabis is great. What Nick's comment is on there.
I'll bring it up. Go ahead.
Yeah. Actually pinned that. Actually, I really like that.
You want to read it? I can pull it up.
Cannabis is amazing. I'm a former heroin painkiller addict who has been on Suboxone and tried kratom, but still occasionally use poppy seed tea and cannabis. Gets me through withdrawals from opiates when I'm without it.
Hey, I understand that. Honestly, I hate to talk about it, but one of our best friends, he kind of was on that back and forth journey for a while with the whole addicted, heroin, like off it, you know, weed helped a little bit, but then he went to, they made him go to AA, which they didn't approve cannabis, which to me is bullshit.
Yeah, that's right.
But I'm not really into AA altogether. That program's so jacked. I could go into that for a while, but Yeah, and that's the thing. I think it can save lives, regardless if people think it's addiction or not addiction to them. Like, it's not compared to the other things like heroin or meth or all these hard drugs that people are, you know, suffering with.
Everyone should have the option to be able to use cannabis, and that's what it goes back to. Because if you're not able to use cannabis or even try it and see if it helps, that's just wrong. Like,
yeah, the amount of regulation just shows me how good it can do, like how much good it has, and it's. Because it's clear. Otherwise, why is everyone trying to control the market? Because it's fucking a great market.
Well, that and because people love cannabis, people are going to buy cannabis, and they think they're going to make tons of money, too, a lot of people. I truly believe, as more and more research comes out within the cannabinoids and the plants and the terpenes, we're going to see more cultivators and more breeders breeding for specific cannabinoids, I think. So your CBGs, maybe we'll get more plants with a higher CBG, your CBNs, your CBDs. We already do have a pretty decent amount of CBD plants, but I think we're going to start hopefully maybe breeding where you do see more CBG, because isn't CBG better for the gut? If I'm not mistaken.
Yep. CBG
that'd be great for me. That would be something that I guarantee other people would like that.
3% CBGs.
Like, see, that's great. I mean, imagine if you have plants that are getting that have higher 10%. You never know. We don't know.
It's kind of the goal, right?
Like, we're such in the early stages of cannabis and all the research and everything. I think it's very small, and the more and more we keep going and more we keep legalizing and moving along, this will help. And hopefully over time, breeders, cultivators come out with this, and there is more CBG, CBD, CBNs, and we find all the other cannabinoids inside the cannabis plant, And like we're doing more research. Like you have Delta 8 just came out, or didn't just come out, but that's been huge because of after the hemp stuff.
It's relatively new, but it's like already getting shut down now because anything with the THC. Yeah, I mean that's why I say anything
with THCs they're classified now as marijuana.
Yeah, but that's okay. You're right. The regulation is coming from that, in which that it's clear that there's money to be made. Otherwise, they wouldn't be jumping down like this. Everyone.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yo, what's up, John Day? How's it going, fam?
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, anyone tuning in, just let us know what you're smoking on, dabbing on, as always. Appreciate everyone dropping in, dropping comments, sharing, liking. Appreciate it. It all helps us go out further and continue to talk about cannabis as a community, because we need to build our community to be stronger and bigger as the industry keeps growing here, because we can't forget the grassroots and everybody that's been in cannabis for years and what we want to see happen within cannabis too. Like me personally, I want to see more terpenes. I just don't see
what the issue is with an open free market. Buy it, purchase it at any level, whatever you want. Why is it got to be so complicated? We got to force our companies to be, the ones that are shot. No. If you make good quality product and that's your goal, that'll be the goal. That's it. Anything past that just becomes jargon, fancy jargon.
Yeah. Oh, we got some good strains smoking on right now. Some Stank Breath. Nice by Medical Mondays.
Stank Breath. God damn. I need some good breath, man.
Some GG4 finger hash, John.
The last good breath I had was that Motor Breath, which was fire, but it's been a minute.
Nick, I love smoking home grows, man. I love your own home grow. So everyone's got to pay attention to
Yeah, we saw those plants, remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that stuff looked good.
In the our group, MI... Joints and Jams. My Joints and Jams.
Drop your cannabis picks. Drop your music.
Colossal. Okay, what is that? Glue mix? What is that? What's the glue? Oh, I think, man, you brought that up last Saturday.
I think on the Wake and Bake. Yeah, but to be honest, I kind of forgot the name of it.
Michigan Ganja Queen. Okay, word.
Grown by Michigan Ganja Queen. Nice.
What's the flavor on that Stank Breath, right? Is that like skunky, like a motor breath? I'm assuming, but I don't know what the stank. I'm assuming it's even gassier.
I could go for a good breath right now. I think you're right.
Oh, some gas, dude, man. Even I used to bag on it a lot because it was like Gorilla Glue got knocked for a while, so I went away from it, and I was getting all of these like sweets, like unique genetics, right? Oh, this, runs this, all these unique genetics, right? Yeah, but damn, I miss a good ass glue. Gorilla, like super glue or Elmer's glue, man.
I go with some Elmer's glue.
Which, could just be Gorilla Glue, and these people just named it shit, but I don't even know. Whatever, it was good. Or just a straight-up OG. Yeah, don't get me wrong, though. But straight up, one of the favorite terpenes I've been into...
Dude, I want to go for some skunk #1, man.
Which is like this lemon skunkiness to it, is Mac, man. I've been digging Mac lately. Mac. Miracle Alien Cookies.
Yep. It's a good, tasty strain, man. It's a good strain.
That's one of those ones that I think's like a really good changer in it, because it's got, to me at least, the ones like the Capulator cut, like that was like skunky with just that little bit of lemon meat that was like,
I know, man. You love that.
I love that Mac, dude. Because dude, you could smoke it through blunts and it still had the flavor profile as if it went through a bowl or a joint. It was great. Sorry, I don't know why I was
we
so
smoked it through a blunt too. That's right.
I'm straight. One of them.
Nah, man. I dig the Mac, man. I dig the Mac.
A second with that stuff, man.
Yeah, that was real quick. 0 to 100 real quick. Yeah, that Mac, man. I enjoyed that stuff. It's tasty strain. That was by who? Who grew that? Groveland? Or not Groveland. What? Who was it?
I'm not sure. Oh, you're talking about the company? I don't remember. Oh, Local Grove.
Yeah. Groveland. What?
That was the only time I ever tried this stuff, because we were in Traverse City.
Yeah, that's right. We tried the best product on the shelf, they said.
But see, that's the thing. Adam says, I'm not a super lemony strains. Neither am I. Like, I don't really like, I guess, would you consider sour diesel or lemons like lemon diesel, like lemon, like something like that?
Lemon sour diesel?
Like something like that?
LSD strain? Yeah, probably. It's definitely got a little bit of that lemons.
Okay, well, it's also got that, I used to call it, lemon days. Too. Either way, what I was trying to say is that it's not super lemony. It's got an undertone
sativa taste to like linen or like fabric softener almost.
I didn't know what else to call it back then. I still don't quite. Now
it's like I attribute a lot of like the lemon peel, the citrus peel, to like the more sativa dominant trait strains with those terpene profiles. Because that's usually where you see those strains where they're heavier on the sativa upper, not sedative side. They're more on the citrus, lemon citrus.
Okay, I got to pull this up because I want to know what Paul's fucking with over there. Because you're talking the Delta 8 version.
What?
He said the Delta 8 version. Doing some cherry diesel for the Delta 8 version. See?
Oh, doing some cherry diesel of the Delta 8 variety reminds me of the real weak shit we used to run.
Right, are you smoking flower of hemp?
Yeah, because we actually tried the vape.
Because we have the vape, and honestly, it was okay. I didn't really get anything, maybe a little calmer because I was hitting something, you know. I didn't think it was anything. I did see edibles. Although I went to the although I went to a dispensary because I was in Ann Arbor climbing, and I took my girl there for the first time. And anyways, the whole point is that I was like, why buy Delta 8 edibles when could just buy edibles real quick. So, but let me know how. Like, what'd you think of them? Were they edible? I mean, what was it? Because I'm so curious. Like, because I've been seeing this Delta 8, and I feel like it's gonna come off the shelves just as fast as you saw it go on.
Well,
the
yeah,
shelf.
Michigan's trying to push it out right now. That's literally what they're trying to do.
Okay, yeah. So you bought the flower hemp. Okay, cool. Right on. We could have bought that flower that day, but again, I don't know. It's a whole different world.
Oh, but that wasn't Delta 8. I thought it was a CBD flower, right?
Oh, that was CBD. You're right. Yeah. Damn it.
I haven't seen Delta 8 flower. I've
only seen edibles and carts, and when we went, we could only find carts.
Yeah, so at a tobacco
disposable
shop.
Carts.
Okay, tobacco.
Well, what's your take on Delta 8? Has anyone else tried Delta 8? We can talk Delta 8 for a second. I mean, I'm curious. Would anyone have like any Delta 8? Super low tolerance. I mean, that's fair enough because that's what we were saying. Is like maybe if it was very weak tolerance, maybe.
I think it would be. I mean, honestly, you're probably right. The only thing I felt was it was calming. But we did smoke joints right after, and then we smoked the Delta 8 because that's actually a good throw. That was our last week episode. So we'll talk about it real quick. It was the Delta 8 review, and then we talked about the MCMA. But with the Delta 8. It was less than 0.3% THC, a little vape, disposable vape, $30. You got at the tobacco store, and you're able to smoke it. I would have said it was calming. That's pretty much like the main thing. Calming. Maybe it'd probably take away your less anxiety, and it was probably chill. It'd be nice. I mean, if you don't smoke and you probably weren't a heavy user of THC,
it'd be a good way to introduce someone into cannabis. Because you ever meet that person that's like, whoa, I get too paranoid, right?
Yeah.
That person that's just smoked the wrong strain for them, right?
Or that wrong experience that they had that one time, yeah.
Well, sometimes, like, even cannabis now, for me, will get me paranoid. I'm like, well, I'm not going to buy that strain again. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what it is. Like, sometimes has to do with the flavor, the genetics, everything. So, maybe this is a good way to introduce those people so they don't get so nervous. Maybe your mom wants to try cannabis. I'm like, hey, this is Delta 8, Although I would say just hit this, just be easy.
Yeah, I would just go with the THC.
You'll be aight, yeah. Just do a little bit light. Anyone else got like a favorite terpene out there that they?
Or you don't like?
Or you don't like? Or even strains, yeah.
I think one of the common.
We talked about that last time a little bit though.
Oh, that's true.
People not liking what's it called?
The Agent Orange. I'm blanking on the name of the terpene.
It's like osamine.
Oh, you might be right. Osamine.
Osamine or something. Yeah,
or
that was
terpolene.
There was a couple that had that orange peel.
It's not terpolini. I'm thinking of
either way.
pasta.
Not everyone likes that orange taste. It's a very specific taste with cannabis. I don't like it. No fan. That's why someone says lemony. Like I wasn't always a huge fan of lemon, which that's why I said the Mac shocks me. But it's got this just little undertone of lemon. A little undertone of lemon. That's just like nice in there, but the skunkiness, it's like kind of nice. Like again, pinene. I'm sure there's some pinene in there because it's piney.
Oh, definitely. There's gotta be some.
I mean, there's just that little bit of taste in there. It just pulls it together somehow. I don't know. It's tight.
Yeah, I like there's just so many different terpenes out there just to be able to like. There are certain ones that I guess I wouldn't go with, and it would be the orange one. I'm not going to go into that because that would be, except for sometimes if it's done right, I do like it, but it's not something I'm going for in general. I do like the alpha pining and the beta pining, for sure. And right now I do want to smoke some mints right now. I actually like some Kush mints or some.
I swear mints. He just said I want to smoke some mids right now, and I was like,
yep, roll it up. Let's smoke some mids.
I was like, what the hell? I was like,
let's smoke some mids.
I don't have any mids. I was like, we should probably roll something up.
Yeah, we probably should for the second half, man. What do you want to roll up?
I don't know. I'm gonna get you a dab. Because you didn't take a dab.
I have not taken a dab.
Anyone
doing some good solventless recently?
Hey, man.
Because didn't you just get some solventless recently that you had?
Yeah, I did. Like I said, Emily, like we tried a new place. Like she'd never been, and then it was Glorious.
I'm not familiar with them.
Yeah, I don't know much about the company, but I tried it. It's all right, solid. Like I mean, again, and the price was all right. It's $65 rather than like $900. So I was like, oh, I'll give it a try. You know, curiosity. Always curious on rosin.
Yeah, man, I've been digging rosin and solventless. It's a very terpy taste and smell, which is really good stuff. And Nick, I love that comment. My Cannabis doesn't have mids, only the dank.
Yeah, because me and Davey used to smoke some shit.
Yeah, man.
We haven't talked about this in a while. Remember the one time we got bubblegum terps?
No, God.
So, we're going to talk about the bubblegum flavor experience. So this was not bubblegum anything flavor. This is I'm being sarcastic. He knows what I'm talking about though. Because this is when we got bubblegum, quote unquote, cannabis, flavored cannabis. And okay. So there was some red flags because it like kind of legit looked like there's bubblegum in it. And he was like, oh, it's just a pink tint. And we're like, all right. Because we're dumb as fuck apparently.
Really dumb. Oh man.
Either way. Oh, geez, so young, so dumb, right? And I bought this from, like, I don't even know, Mount Clemens in an area I wasn't even familiar with.
Yeah.
Some dude got in my car that I didn't even know. I was like, it was a shady experience. This was a long time ago, right? Cannabis wasn't just, going to your local caregiver that loves the plant. It was a little different. But anyways, no, it cracked me up because we smoked that shit and pretty sure that was PCP. Looking back, sprinkled in there. But
that was an interesting...
Because that got me lit, and that was like... some Reggie Bush mid crap. Yeah, mids at best. Anyway, sorry, I just had to bring that up with mids, and then that popped up.
That's a sorry, I don't. Yeah, that is.
The elbow keeps getting in my camera, bro. Watch your elbow, man.
Ah, my bad, man.
I thought you're supposed to talk shit back. Get out my camera.
No, because I'm just thinking of that experience. Because that experience was funny. Looking back now, it's like, but see, that's what you had to go through though to get cannabis back in the day.
And Adam, and that's why I said loosely, I don't know much about Glorious, but I tried them because I didn't think they were affiliated. They're a new company to me, so that's why I tried them because I'm not gonna buy those companies, as far as I know about.
Yeah,
them,
especially after I saw what they want to do to plant count, I couldn't believe that.
That makes sense. 3
plants per patient.
I need to find a good caregiver that presses. That presses run the regular. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But what to say about that? I do know my one homie, Akashik. He's on it. So when I can actually link up with him, I'm always so busy, but he's on it.
Yeah, there's a lot of good rosin getting made around here.
Yeah, he's not dispos.
No, I mean, dude, a lot of rosin in the dispos is like $90, $95. I mean,
yeah, and 3 plants is fucking nuts.
Yeah. Dude, I
just don't understand.
I don't get it.
Why we're gonna go back steps.
So what? I'm just so confused on the. I don't even want to talk about it, but I'm so confused on then what's the point of having the caregiver card? Because in the adult use market, you can already grow your 12 plants, right?
Well, I feel like that's
like you're not able.
I feel like that's the trap.
But that is the trap. Then you're not helping out your patients, and I feel bad because then you're helping the people that really need the help aren't going to be getting it because 3 plants, like, What if a bad crop happened or something, and you messed up? Then you're like screwed.
Exactly,
like
dude.
when you're able to have more plants, it's okay if like you have like backup plans, and I don't know. That's just atrocious. 3 plants. That's just crazy. Like I find that laughable. Like how can you do that to people where it's been like this since we legalized it in 2008. So it's been, what is that, almost 10 years? Almost 10 years, right? Like, come on, man. No, longer than 10 years. Almost like 13 years. We've had caregivers growing this, and then you're trying to take it away.
120 a gram for rosin? Jeez. What? When I saw the 100, I'm already like, nah. I just saw $65 a gram rosin in a dispensary. I'm like, is this cheap garbage or is this going to taste okay? And it was all right. Didn't knock my socks off, but it's all right. Keep doing my digging. Like you said, you was just looking for rosin that wasn't involved. So, yeah, greed. And that's the thing, man. It doesn't need to be greedy. The product, it's so new. There's gonna be so much money made from it. It's like, why does greed need to even be a thing?
No, I know, and we talked about it on our episode that we released last week. Like, we should be coming together as a community and going against legislation that wants to have a 5 nanogram limit. That people are still in jail for cannabis-related offenses should be out. Cannabis expungement should be off records for anyone that got a misdemeanor that is affecting the record. Like, we should be going after these things after it's been illegal for 50, 60, 70 years, and now it's legal, and now everyone's trying to restrict what's going on. I should be able to grow 24 plants if I want to, if in adult use. Why? Because I can grow 24 tomato plants in my backyard, or 24 cucumber plants plus 24 red pepper, yellow peppers, spinach. Well,
that's what you're hitting the nail on the head. That's the restriction point, is that you're just restricting something that doesn't, in a way that doesn't need to be restricted that way.
It's just a sour subject, and it's like, if that's really like your agenda, this is just going to continue scaling state to state. So, like, hopefully this doesn't happen, because, like, I feel bad for Jersey where you can't even home grow for an adult use. Like, 21 and up, you can't home grow. What? You're saying because if I'm going to grow cannabis in my house, then that'd be an offense out there? Like, come on. But you're going to be taking all the tax revenue from it.
Well, and then
not everyone's going to grow cannabis.
All the numbers are still going up. Medical, adult use, like, I'm sure black market, I'm sure it's all going up still. So it's like, well, what's the issue? Not making enough money fast enough. Like, what?
Yeah.
Come on.
It is greed. It is.
Everyone's going to make money, or you're not making good products.
Yeah. Excuse me. And I think that's what it goes down to. I think it goes down to quality. I think
facts.
Quality is where your business is going to thrive. And if you don't produce quality, you're just going to be a lower tier product, which is fine. People are still going to buy your product, but just don't market at a higher value. Market in the region where it should be sold at, 20, 25 an eighth, if maybe. And you're good. You'll still be making some money, and you're in the cannabis industry. People are still going to buy that product. People still buy. But if you're trying to mark your product for $60, $70 and people aren't buying it, and it's not even worth like 20, like, get out of here. And you're trying to, sorry.
Well, no, that's good. No, but that's a great point. But like, think about this. If I bought $25, $30 strain bud from a dispensary, and I was like impressed, and I was like, wow, this is halfway decent bud, I'm gonna be way more satisfied than buying some weed for $50, $55 that's actually worth like $30. You know what I mean? So. And then, because I'll go back and buy it again if it's not garbage product.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone needs a ball and a budget sometimes. Everyone needs, and again, like, maybe I'm fortunate because I know some caregivers, I know some growers, right? Maybe Cannadave is fortunate because he knows the same, right? But like, not everyone does, right? And that's what you got. When we think about the cannabis market, we have to understand that it's not about our perspective, unfortunately. Yes, my perspective is, you should go to the display, you should be able to buy from caregiver, you should be open market, right? But it should be sold at all different levels because everyone is comfortable with different levels. That's what I'm saying. Like, of course, I should support your local caregiver. Fuck yeah, that's supporting the middle class. You know, that's supporting the American dream. But at the end of the day, if you're conveniently looking for this, or if you're, you know, I don't know, elderly and it's just convenient to hit a store on your way home, or if you don't know someone that grows, like there is that convenience factor that a store will always have. So, you know, it's just unfortunate you got companies that are going against people doing the small American dream.
What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do when if they get away, which they better not with the caregiver thing? You know they're gonna come for the adult use market and home grow license eventually. Like they're not just gonna stop there. So it's like they have a huge agenda, which is utterly pretty much like disgusting. Because it's like I just can't believe it. I can't believe it because cannabis is gonna be big money, but it's sad to see. You have people that greedy that are trying to make that much money off a plant that does so much medical helps
has so
medical
many
benefits. Thank you, Groovee.
Medical,
I'm like someone on my
adult
words
use,
after that dab.
enjoyment, freaking helping cancer, just helping people relax at the end of their day. You know, like, dude, who cares, man? That's why I hate all these labels, because at the end of the day, that's why I say an open free market, because if you want it at a medical level, you should be able to get a discount for all the RSO you need. If you want to buy it and just smoke a joint and get lit with your boys or homies, like, you should be able to. Mm-hmm. Like, who gives a shit? Like, that's what I don't understand is regulation at all at this level. It's like, with the fact that you're bringing in lobby groups, like you already have millions of dollars ahead of these 70 plant people growing for 5 people that probably aren't even making that much money.
They're not. They're gonna go for micro grows too. They're gonna go for anything that's smaller than them. That's gonna be making more money.
No, any money. That's the thing. It's not more money. It's just any money. Caregivers aren't making more money than them. They're making any money. That's not them. And they think that, oh, well, if we close them down, then they're going to come to the dispensaries. No, they're going to freaking hate you. And then people are going to either start growing more of their own product, or it's just going to go black market, man.
They're gonna.
At the end of the day, it's like people aren't gonna be pushed into paying more money.
Yeah, people are gonna go to the black market, and that's exactly where they're gonna go. And the black market will continue to thrive. I mean, because people aren't gonna support it. It's just gonna be a sticky situation.
See, Nick says he's never found a caregiver in his town. Not seeing that. There's tons of areas like that. Again, like Metro Detroit. You know, you go to Traverse City. You go to these other areas where you might be able to. There's more populated people. But there's tons of small towns where it's not popular, you know? I mean, there's tons of rural Michigan. Tons. So.
Yeah, if you're just tuning in, let us know what you're dabbing on, smoking on.
True.
We've been smoking on. What kind of wax we've been smoking? I think you told me, but I totally.
Gorilla breath.
Oh, so we are smoking some breath.
Yeah, but like I said, well, and this is okay. Like,
it wasn't as dank.
Yeah, it's not. It's okay. It's okay.
All right.
It was Gorilla. You get kind of that pinene, but it's like it's okay. I remember this is so old. Some stuff I just had sitting around, but
No, that's not bad. I was just curious what it was. And we've been smoking on some. I don't even know what we mixed. I think it's just the Buck and Runs.
This is.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I don't think there's 007 here because it's still got that like runcier taste.
Yeah, I don't think I used any of the 00.
See, but to me, Runts has got that like sweeter, skunky thing to it, but it's almost like dead center. You know what I mean? It's almost like sweet and skunky. Like that's why it's interesting because I've had different phenos where Runts is a little more on the gassy, like skunky side, and I've had phenos of Runts that's a little bit more on the sweeter side. It's such a unique genetic. I mean, then look at that white ash that's nice and clean.
Yeah, I've enjoyed the smoke of it. Tomorrow
Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
He said right on, Groovee.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. No, I agree, dude. I agree with it. We're going to be paying close attention to it. With all things cannabis, obviously, but especially that's a huge topic here in Michigan, so it hits the heart. But we are going to be releasing a new episode tomorrow at 4:20. That's on Facebook Live, and then also it's on all of our streaming platforms. It's with the founder and CEO Alan of Nobo Goods, which is a company that has retail stores open in Muskegon and Edwardsburg, and they are sounds like pretty much really good
they're about their product. They're about
product.
That's what we talked about. So you'll hear the episode, and it's refreshing to hear a company focus on that. at least publicly. So I mean, I was happy, cool. And they seemed really cool. So it was good chatting with Alan. It was awesome. So that's how it is.
Yeah. So that'll be released at 420. But
shout out Moon Rocks.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was something cool. They have Moon Rocks, so I was actually we'll have to check that out.
Yeah, if you're in the Muskegon or what was it, Edwardsburg area, actually Muskegon area has a 50% off deal where they're doing you get 50% back in loyalty points. So the next time you go there, you get half back what you spent. So check them out. Noble Goods.
Yeah, so if you spend 100, you get 50 back.
Yeah,
$50 back on your next visit.
Check it out, Muskegon.
And mention my Cannacast too when you go.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. So
definitely.
But yeah, no, I mean, again though, like I don't know, quality. You know, it's all about quality. At the end of the day, quality is what matters. You know, people getting their fair stuff is what matters. You know, you should be able to buy it if you want. If you want to go buy a pre-roll from a store and go that, whatever, whatever. You want to save your money and go pay someone local, do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think it's a big, it's a freedom thing to me.
Yeah, I think any restrictions and limiting anything is just a little ridiculous. So it's just, we'll see what happens. We'll see.
The markets don't need to collide the way they're making them, and that's the issue. Like the caregiver market never needs to be touched. You know, they need to be left alone, and the adult use should just be making their thing. Oh, you're not being regulated the same. Well, you're not in the same ballpark. That's like going down to Eastern Market and slapping all these code enforcements on them because they're not Kroger.
Well, then if they do regulate them, then they might as well have their overages go into the market.
Yeah. Like they were?
Yeah. If they're passing all the same testing, why can't their product just go in the market then at that point? Which is stupid because then you're still restricting a plant count to 12, which is utterly ridiculous because 12 from 72? What? Cut it in. It's 1/5? What? Like, come on, man. That's just not cool. But on a happy note, some terpenes. You got any other terpenes you've been taking?
Oh, those twists. No.
Yeah, man, because I don't want to go down that.
I mean, honestly, it's fine. Honestly, it's just a hot topic, and that's where things have been. But at the end of the day, people
unless people want us to continue talking about it, I can talk about it all day. Like,
I mean, that's the thing, dude. That's the biggest thing. It's like everyone's kind of putting it as adult use, versus medical caregivers, stores versus not stores. But hey, I mean, there's tons of brands in the stores that aren't on these lobby groups.
Yeah.
Like look, Covert Cups. You know what I mean? Like, just for example, I mean, just throwing any of these brands out there, Yeah,
it just sucks that there's a lot of them that still are on there, supposedly, that aren't on the list, I think. Or is that all of them? I'm not 100% sure, but I bet you or there could be some that have that mindset, but they're not in the group, which is then
but then you're just getting a little, I don't want to say paranoid or but at that point you're just, could blame, and you could totally blame corporate. You could totally, but at the end of the day, like, unfortunately, that is the progression of going legal and all this stuff. And I know that could ruin things too. And there's all those arguments, like especially because infrastructure is not ready for that. We don't want all that control. Like, I don't want all that control. Like right now, it's crazy. There's already too much control at the state level. You know what I mean?
And it's just sad because a lot of people, if anyone from that started in the black market is going against restricting people, you just completely double crossing where you started from.
Well, that's what blows my mind. It's like you're pushing
like Sherbinski's on the list. Like the whole image that Berg and Michael Mondays created, it was trending on LinkedIn and people were commenting on it. And obviously Sherbinski started growing all of his genetics illegally in a garage. And how did he get the bocce and the bocce gelato all illegally? And then he's against restricting home grows. Like, come on, man. Like that, you're going back against where you started. Like, come on, that's just if you have those morals like that, that's just bad. I think it's bad character. I don't even kind of want your strains. I don't respect that.
It's just interesting to me to think that there's companies out there that need to lobby against it. Like, why? If your product's quality, just focus on the product and growing and expanding on the levels, hiring more hands. That's,
Yeah. I don't know, but there's one terpene, myrcene. Has anyone ate mango Is it a mango? And then smoke the cannabis because it's supposed to enhance your cannabis effect.
I've never actually done that. Like, I don't think I've ever eaten a fresh mango. Have you done that?
Yeah, probably. But I don't know if I actually increased it, to be honest. But maybe next time I'll eat 2 mangoes. Smoke a fat joint. Maybe when we talk about Mercy next time, that's what we'll do. We'll start 30 minutes before, eating a couple mangoes, and then go right into smoking.
Bruce Banner has a nice diesel taste with a slight berry undertone. Interesting, because I saw Bruce Banner the other day, Adam. That was and I didn't know the genetic makeup, so that's really cool to hear that because now I can think about that going into it. But see, that's what I'm talking about. Diesel taste with a berry undertone. Boom, there you go.
I love me some diesel, so yeah.
It depends on the diesel, but yeah, overall I like diesels for sure.
I like most diesels. There's not a couple of them. Maybe if it wasn't grown right, then maybe that's why I didn't like it. I like most diesel strains that I've tried. But to be honest, I don't see a lot of diesel anymore. So I don't see diesel. I don't see skunk. I don't see... And I'm talking like straight skunk. Lemon skunk, maybe. But... I think Nick just commented 72 plants for adult use. Yes, that'd be dope. That's what it should be. You should be able to just grow whatever.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You should be able to grow what you think you can handle. Because at the end of the day, you can grow 12 plants or you can grow 400 plants. But if you don't have the infrastructure, they're all going to get ruined. Like, if you don't have the responsibility to take care of whatever plants it is. You know what I mean? I guess, I don't know. I guess it has to do with...
They're taking away my...
I don't know. I don't even know. I'm trying to think of the honestly logical explanation of why... You know, it's just a money thing. It has to be just a money thing. So
it is.
Here we are.
Yeah, I mean,
this is this crazy gray area we've lived in with cannabis for so long. So
yeah, it's only gonna continue over time, and hopefully, it goes away here in the future. You know, but I think it'll continue like this for a little bit longer. Because there's still a lot of people in power that are still really against cannabis and want to restrict stuff so they have a better opportunity.
I think anything with politics takes forever. So I think anything with politics is going to take a while, you know?
True, man. True. Other than that, I don't got much left for the terp talk tonight. We had a good discussion instead of just talking about one terpene, talking about random terpenes. What strains and stuff we like, what led you into cannabis, or why do you like cannabis? I think this was a pretty cool conversation we had tonight. Appreciate everyone commenting, tuning in, sharing, talking about everything. I mean, love it. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, it was fun.
You got anything else for tonight, Groovee?
No. That was about it. I'm just kind of chilling. Yeah, I've been kind of chilling. Thank you for everybody for tuning in, chatting with us. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
that was it.
All right. Well.
Oh yeah, much love to my dude Logan Law. Played his music on the intro, and I'll probably play his music on the outro. Just kind of picked a random homie and played his music today. So much love to him and all that. And yeah, nothing else. Anything going on with Cannadave's world? I saw that you what's it called? I saw you what was that strain you just chopped? I saw it. Pressure.
Yes.
That's the Gary Payton cross with.
Yes, Rainbow Chip.
Wow, that's gonna be chronic.
We'll see how it is.
That's gonna be chronic. I got a show June 18th. If you guys are into electronic music, it's FAM SFAM in the main room at Electricity, and I'll be on the patio with my squad homies taking it over. So if you're into that thing, come check us out.
Hell yeah.
Honestly, other than that, just talking about our favorite strains. Before we get out of here, what right here, right now. Obviously, I said Mac is like one of my strains that I'm heavily into. What's one of the strains you're heavily into? I mean, obviously you're growing, you're trying all these unique ones, but what's one you just like been craving lately?
Probably some mints, probably some animal mints or kush mints. To be honest, probably one of those strains right now I'd be going with.
Hell yeah!
Right off the top of my head.
No, yeah, you've been talking about mints a lot. You've been talking about the mints a lot. And animal mints was like one of my favorite things I've ever tried. When I got into it, I was doing so much of that wax. Remember, because that was Akashic again. Shout out.
I think I'm going to go home and actually pop those seeds I have that are the mints, the Oakland Kush mints. Lit Farms collab. So, I think I'm actually going to go do that.
Oh, shit. Popping. popping his.
We'll have new flower by this. We'll have new flower. What, November, December?
Let me see. Right, yeah.
Veg it for a couple months, then flower that. Yeah. Let it dry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Christmas. Cool. Hell yeah. I hope you guys check out our episode tomorrow. We got, like I said, we got a cool special guest. And we'll have a pretty cool wake and bake at 9 a.m. as always, Saturdays. Come join us. Wake up, bake up with us. Hope you guys all had a great holiday weekend. Nick, if you're still watching, thank you for posting that photo in our group. It was dope with the t-shirt, by the way. So much love on that. And then other than that, Groovee, you can find me and Groovee, my CannaCast on all socials and streaming platforms. And you can find me, Cannadave, on all socials. Where can they find you, Groovee?
Boom, right below.
Nice.
Right there.
They didn't even have to say anything.
They didn't find me.
Cool.
So, much love, and I appreciate you all tuning in because, we love talking about terpenes. We love talking about cannabis. And honestly, we're all just here supporting it. So, keep supporting it.
Yeah, and as always, we're here to advocate,
educate,
and inspire. Till next time. Peace, guys.
Later.
Have a good one.